What's going on, everybody? There's already a shitload of comments in the comments section. We are here. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nobody's died today, and I'm feeling pretty fucking good. What's up, Mike?
What is up? I am very happy today. It's a good day. It's been a good week. I know you've been busy. I've been busy, but hey, I'm in the zone. It makes me in the zone.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Dude, shout out to everybody who's already in here and already in the comments. I don't recognize some of these names, but welcome. I don't know who Hannah or Henry or some of these guys are, but you know what? Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Welcome.
We got a couple great guests tonight. We got El Bandido, Brito, Elvin, Brito himself, the welterweight champions in the house tonight, followed by the #1 ranked flyweight in the BKFC women's division, the one and only Beltran. She will be joining us after El Bandido. I cannot wait to talk to both of them.
Oh my God.
But Mike, I got to tell you, dude, we are burning the candle at both ends, man. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Mike and I are in the middle of our 2-week annual AT where we are just fucking balls to the wall doing shit all day long. Our entire unit is active on active duty orders, getting shit done.
Getting silly.
Mike's got his platoon. He's working them guys good. He's got everybody doing the right thing.
To the bone.
Shout out to that guy over there. He's a fucking hell of a platoon sergeant, and I'm just first sergeanting the shit out of these motherfuckers, and I'm having a good time doing it. But You know what? I managed to be able to sneak out of training yesterday and bring my kids to a Red Sox game, and that was awesome. I needed a break from the action, and what better way to break from action but to go up to Fenway Park with 30,000 people screaming obscenities on the baseball field? Is fucking fantastic.
It is fantastic. I remember you brought me to Fenway for my first game.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And we moved all around that ballpark too. It's like greatest place. Guys, even if you're not a baseball fan, I swear to God, that's a destination spot for a sports fan. Fenway Park is the absolute shit. Every time I see the field, every time I walk up that tunnel and see the field, I feel like a kid again. I feel like I'm 8 years old again. And it felt so good to hear my kid, my
so good.
When they walked up that tunnel, though, when they saw that field and they saw the green monster, I heard, "Oh my God," out of Nolan. And that's what I wanted to hear, man. I wanted to hear that shit. It was fucking awesome. I got Nolan heckling a little bit, calling the pitcher a bum. I had him talking with a Boston accent. He was like, "Hit a dinger. Oh, nice. Man. But you know what?
And you took the train?
Yeah,
we took the train over there.
Yep. Yeah, on the subway train. You know, after the game, there's 1,000 people trying to get on the train, and like people were waiting. And there's a Celtic series going on, so people were going, "Let's go Celtics!" And everyone's getting hyped up on the train. And then all of a sudden, the drunk ones start going, "Fuck you, Draymond!" And my 7 and 11-year-old are like, "Fuck you, Draymond. What is he saying?" And Jackson's like, "Nolan, you don't need to repeat anything they're saying right now. Just let them do it. This is it. They're welcome to Boston."
It's drunk adults time.
Yeah, it's drunk adults time. We got people in the chat. We got everybody ready to see the champion himself, and the champion is in the weight room, ready to come on. Waiting room. He might be in the weight. He might be in the weight room too, but it's a little dark where he's at, so I don't think he's in the weight room, but he's in the waiting room. We're gonna bring him on right now. We cannot wait to talk to him. He is fighting Luis Palomino, defending his welterweight title against Palomino on June 24th. Mike and I will be there live in person. Cannot wait to see this fight. Here we go. The man himself, Elvin Leon Brito.
Oh shit! I didn't know you guys were gonna be there. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You know what, Elvin, dude, we are on our 2-week training. Like I said, we are on active duty orders for the next 2 weeks. We were able to talk our commander into cutting our orders a couple days short so we can go our asses down to Florida and see this.
We shifted them all the way. That's how important BKFC is to our unit.
This is a big one. This is gonna make it's like last time we made history. We didn't even think about it, but this is gonna make history. It's gonna change the landscape.
Where are you at right now, Elvin? Where are you at right now?
I'm sitting in front of my house right now. You need me somewhere else?
No, you're good.
I'm outside.
Sound good. You just got done training, I bet, because it seems like
Yeah.
you never stop.
No, yeah, I just got done training. Me and Lorenzo we did 6 rounds of sparring and just did a little stuff afterwards and played around a little bit. But it was fun.
What does
You know,
Lorenzo mean to you, and like the friendship that you guys have clearly developed over the past,
yeah.
year? I mean, it's crazy. Were you guys this close before that? Because I don't remember you guys being
No,
like that.
man, no. Like it's just like I say, it's all trajectory stuff. Just happens the way it's supposed to happen. Me and Lorenzo, we talked and everything, but it wasn't until we went to Belfast and we were over there and
You did some
we didn't
sparring.
really know.
Tryouts?
Yeah, we really didn't know each other. But I tapped down on the shoulder. I'm like, "Hey, Lorenzo, let's spar, dude." And Lorenzo's like the scariest dude in the room. So, but I'm always trying to be the best. So I got to train with the best guys. I got to go against and measure myself against the best guys, the most explosive guys, strong guys, fast guys. So we went, we did some sparring. We had a lot of fun. Tom showed up too, and I was doing my training camp for Julio Garcia. And Lorenzo was like, he called me like 2 weeks later. He's like, dude, we got to train together, and he started coming down here. And then, he made us part of his training camp for the hunt. I mean, for the Lombard fight. And then, we did a full training camp for the last fight. And, we've been friends. We've been helping each other out. It's been good because we're both really strong in our own way, but we're like fire and ice. We're completely different from each other. But since we kind of built ourselves up on our own and we're strong on our own, we kind of just come together and we make like a deadly slush when we come together and we're a good team. We argue, we laugh, we mess around and, we spend time with the family and we all get to know each other. I got to know his parents and his wife, mom and his girl and his kids. And you got to know my family too. We spent a lot of time in the trenches and, there's nothing, that's the same thing with Britton Hart and all the guys that came out here, like there's nothing that brings you together faster than being in the trenches,
You continue to surround yourself with people like that. Like you just posted some stuff training with Isaac Doolittle and like you just keep bringing them around, Jessica Link. So yeah, it's like over the last year, you just keep not changing up your camp, but you keep bringing more and more people in.
Yeah, that's the plan, That's the plan. It's all coming together, man. Yeah, and it's funny because I say that's the plan, but it's not something that we planned. But it was like the phone's ringing. You come up with any excuse to like not answer it, but it's just something that had to happen. You just have to be brave, and you have to have you're gonna have the convictions to just go for it. And we've really been going for it, and really it's been, like I said, it's been a growing experience for all of us. Me and Lorenzo have gotten better with each other. We weren't champions before we met each other, even though we're champions in our own right. We weren't BKFC champions. We became BKFC champions together. You know what I'm saying? He has a house out here in Maunabo. He got a furnished house out here in Maunabo. He stays out here. He loves it out here. He loves training with me. We always push each other.
Wow.
So it's awesome. We're good friends. I say we argue and everything. So you're friends when you're arguing all the time and everything. So it's perfect. We only make each other better. Jay Jackson's out here with us too. He's an awesome dude. He's been helping us out. And Jay, he's a go-getter. Like no excuses.
He's a beast.
He'll be dying. Yeah, he'll be dying, bro, and he'll still be out there in the front lines.
It's like a zombie.
He don't play, man. Like, and it's been awesome to have him here. Towards these last 2 weeks because I've been ready to fight for a while. Like I've been doing. This is the third training camp since I fought. I did my fight. This has been like a slow burning. I've been cooking this ass whooping for a really long time. Like it's gonna be really thick and it's gonna be real beautiful and it's all coming together. It's been a lot of work and the guys are always, we always in the morning. Every morning we're up. And they're like, "How you feel, Elvin?" I'm like, "I'm tired." That's my secret. I'm always tired.
It's because you never stop. Like Toppin says
with me. They're like, "I'm waiting for Elvin to get tired." They're like, he's already tired, dude. Like that's it. You gotta go, bro. Like
he was tired when he showed up today.
Yeah,
now,
like,
let's let's talk about your opponent. You're defending your title against a familiar foe. You guys have fought in the past. He's one of your. You only have two losses on your record, and he's one of
my
them.
losses, yeah.
Yeah, you guys went the distance the first time. What is it? Okay, what do you say to all the Luis Palomino supporters and Luis Palomino himself? Why are they so confident in him going in there against you this time when we clearly know that you have been training with all these killers and you're not the same fighter that you were the first time?
Yeah,
Like, what
not
do
only
you
that,
say to all of them?
It's a different weight division.
Yeah.
You know, and you
they're ultra confident, Elvin. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's just, hey man, it's the fight game, okay?
Yeah.
So don't take it too rough when I beat your boy's ass, man. Like it is what it is. Like it's not. You know, I know we got our own heroes and all this stuff. Like I don't have heroes, so I avoid the heartache. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna feel bad for you because you think this is a given. So like I'm gonna show you why I'm the champ, why I'm so dominant. And this is the welterweight division. It's a division that you've never been in, and it's a division I've been kicking ass in since I was a kid, and I'm the fucking best for a reason. Like these people always forget. They think they just giving us this belt. Like I didn't get a walk in for my belt. You know, I didn't get to fight emaciated Englishmen for my belt. I had to bust my ass for some of the hardest fighting dudes, world class boxing champions, fucking young aces, and giants. You know, and I walk among giants, and I am a little giant. A lot of people know that when I come over here, they realize every single person that trains. You can ask every single person that trains with me ever, even if they've been here for one day, when they find out real quick what all the fucking fuss is about. You know, they're like, oh, I get it. You know, you get it real fast because it's not just because I'm sweet talking. You know, this is the fight game. Like you can only talk so much till you got to deliver. You know, so we always deliver.
Have you seen developments in Palomino's game? In the like you were at the last fight with him. You guys had the skirmish after the fight, but you had fought him in the past, and he's fought several times since you guys fought. We know that you've developed, but like, what do you see? What'd you see in that last fight?
Oh
and
yeah,
what'd you take from that last fight?
Well, Palomino's like, you know, bare knuckle boxing is a raw sport. It's hard, you know, and you get hurt real bad. And Palomino he's had a tendency to like oversell and underdeliver for the last couple fights. You know, he really he's become kind of a cautious boxer. I wish he would fight me the way he fought me the first time, because then it'd be an easy night. I could just be in and out, fight be over. But I know he's gonna be real cautious. He's gonna be moving around, and when I hit him, he's gonna ghost. You know, so I'm gonna have. But it's okay. I'll run up mountains every day. I'll chase your ass all fucking day. You know, and you guys seen the punch count last. You guys saw the punch count my last fight. Like, you know, I throw down and I'll move and I'll throw and I'm just there all day. So it's gonna be interesting to see what plans they have. I know that they're gonna box more. He's been leaning towards boxing more. He's been a lot more cautious, and you know, I've been going more towards the fighting like side. You know, I'm making it more of a fight every time, and I've been pushing these big guys around and making it hard for everybody just to get their game going. And I pretty much shut people down, and I make it look easy for a reason. It's not just luck, like, you know. And Palomino, it's not luck either. Like he's 6-0, 7-0, 6-0, and you know, for a reason. He's defending his belts. He beat me the first time, even though I was a different fighter that time. But like, I know that I'm ready for this challenger. He isn't really a legitimate 165 challenger. He's getting this because he's a dominant 155 champ. He's making this request, and they kind of have to give him this request because that's what he wants. He wants Bandido to whoop his ass at home. So like, okay, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna whoop your ass and send you back to 155. You know, but you know, I'm not really worried about Palomino. Like it's not what they think it is. They're gonna realize this is not what they think this is. It's 165.
Yep.
I'm the champ. I mean, you can keep that belt with all the other useless trinkets on the 24th, because that don't mean shit. I'm the fucking champ. All right. So like, remember that shit when you show up.
So after this fight, let's say if and when you win, right? I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to say, if you win, but would you go down to 155 and try to take that title from him? Or does it not interest you anymore? Like, nope, never mind. I'm all set with that belt.
But like, I had like a fat monkey with a mouth so ceviche tell me that closed mouth don't get fed, so like I might decide to fucking get greedy too and take his shit too, even though I'll be, I'm eating, like you want to take my shit, even though you're doing good. I'm just getting my shit. You want to take my shit? I might just decide to punish you. I have the ability to do it, and it depends on how satisfied I am. I got other challengers coming. I got a lot of good guys in 165, and there's a lot of divisions fleshing itself out.
You got a big fight coming up. You got a big fight coming up in London.
Yeah. I got a lot of challengers developing. I would love to show up to London. I would love to fight in London. I would love to fight in like all my opponents' homes. Just show up over there. Beat their ass at home, El Bandido style.
I love it.
I like it. Just keep it going. I already did my first fight. Do it with Palomino. Just keep going. Just keep going on everybody's house.
So you seem about as confident as you've ever been, like but you're always as calm as you are right now. That's the thing about you. Like it's hard to, like, for anybody to watch and listen to you in an interview and be like, oh, he seems extra ready or kind of nervous. No, you're almost the same even-keeled guy every time we talk to you. The one time that we saw you a little off your rocker was that night in Hollywood, Florida, and you guys will be fighting that night in that same arena. Right. I mean,
it's I'm telling you, it's Providence just coming together. And you see they always show me pushing. They always show him pushing me. Because he was like, because I told him, I'm like, who's your first fight? And he just couldn't answer it. He got like, so he pushed me,
and then he said, your son.
I told him afterwards, I told him, that's why you're gonna get your ass whooped. And I'm gonna do it right in front of all your people. I wanted you to do this. Like I was really hoping, like the whole time, like I'm really hoping he calls me out in front of his people. So then it's just that
was the most fired up outside of the ring Elvin Brito that anybody will ever see. You're always smiling.
It was fun though. I have fun.
Yeah. You're, like I said, you're always smiling. You're always taking pictures.
I love this game, man.
Talking. And then he struck a nerve with you that night, I gotta say.
You had to kind of go with it. I'm not gonna lie, like I was there, we're in the zone, we're having fun. And I turned out, there's the cameras are there, and we're like, yeah, let's fucking get it, fucking Knuckle video. It was fun, Like, I love this game, and you can only say so much. These guys have been talking a lot of shit, and he's got his little fans. Their fans are fucking vicious little bastards, So I just let them talk. Like, I want them to talk, because the more they talk, the more stupid they're gonna look after I'm done. Because the 25th, we're gonna wake up to reality, baby. It's gonna be fun.
There's a part of that video that no one ever really gets to see, and if you're to go to our YouTube page, you will see it. Like, everyone sees the push, but nobody sees the WWE style call out that you did afterwards when you were yelling and you were going to everybody's
phone. Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Oh, that was great. I'm telling you, we put it up, and I still have it, the whole thing.
They just show his ass pushing me because he couldn't come up with anything, Like, he's just, whatever. I expected, like, I already knew, like, everything comes together for a reason. I really do believe it, and my whole career has been the way it has been for a reason, and we're at this point for a reason. There's a lot of big things coming in the future, and I'm ready to fight. Like, this is just part of my path. Palomino, if it was an MMA fight, I'd be more worried because if it was 55, he's the champ, but like, he's gonna realize real quick that there's a whole different fucking universe, and I'm the fucking strongest force in this bitch, and there's a reason for it. And then I'm just gonna move on to the next guy.
Hey, Elvin,
and he can go defend his belt over there in 155.
In the comments, I'm being told not to ask you a question, but I feel like I have to ask you this question now.
You better not.
No, don't ask.
It's all right. You gotta fuck up this interview.
The question,
we'll cut it,
it was pertaining to the after party that evening. Did something happen at that after party, or you could just blink twice if you don't want to talk about it? Fuck you guys.
We weren't there. Nobody.
Fuck
We
you
didn't
guys.
know. You know, we weren't
Who
there.
is it? Who is it?
It's
Who
Tony.
is it? I wanna
Tony
know.
Chapel.
Put his name
Here we go.
up. I'm coming.
Tony.
Tony, I'm coming to get you on. You know you're gonna be in Miami.
Oh, he'll be there. Yeah. He's gonna be there. Watch.
He'll be there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going for him right now.
Go for your ass.
Man. Elvin, we cannot wait to see this fight. I'm telling you right now, this is the most anticipated championship fight in the history of this company by far. Champion versus champion, pioneers of the sport.
Two of the best guys. Two of the best guys in the sport, pioneers of the sport, but there's only one fucking champ that night.
Right. Two of the best that ever did it, and they're showcasing you on one of the biggest cards that they've been putting together. You got another OG coming in there with you, Britain's coming on right after you guys. She's on that card as well. It's going to be an unbelievable night. We're going to ask you a few questions and then let you get on your way so you can go back to training or resting or whatever it is you're going to do. Here we go.
I'm just chilling at the house.
All right.
Headbutting goats.
Headbutting goats and shit. Here we go. First question.
I got a baby goat.
You got a baby goat?
Chica.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a baby goat. Yeah. Chica, come here. Give me a second.
Oh, I fucking love this guy.
I do. We got to get down to Puerto Rico. What are we doing?
I'm telling you, man. What are we doing?
Oh, nice.
Oh. There she. What's her name?
You like that? Chica.
Yeah, Chica.
Very cute.
Oh well, dude, that's gonna play.
Yeah, a little house goat.
House goat. Fucking awesome. Well, you know what? That's gonna play right into my first question for you in the speed round. Here we go. Number one, have you ever considered walking to the ring with Poncho on a leash, like the British Bulldogs used to do with Matilda, the dog? What do you think? Oh, now he freezes. Here we go.
Yeah. Here, see, you know,
he had to go get the goat.
Question. We need to know. Is he
go? Hear me now? Hear me now?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
You got me? You got me? You got me? All right.
Yes. Here we go.
When we fight in Puerto Rico, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Good.
When are you gonna
fight in Puerto Rico? It's gonna happen.
Is that look like it's gonna happen sometime in the near future? You think you're gonna make that happen soon?
Yes, we're gonna.
Puerto Rico.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. You could bet your ass we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and Poncho will be walking down to the ring on a leash. Fucking, I cannot wait to see that.
Working
shit.
it. We already. It's all going through the works.
I would imagine having you down there, and now you said that Lorenzo has a house down there. The two of you guys down there as residents. I would imagine you can massage that right in there.
We're having technical difficulties. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Are we going to lose you?
You guys got chopped.
Yeah, we're good. We're
I'm
good.
blaming you guys now.
No, we're good. Question number 2.
Right, let's do it.
Kyle,
What's up?
Here you go.
What's a song that you know every word to, but you'd be embarrassed if people knew?
What you got?
Oh God. How about what was that? Torn by what the heck?
And Natalie Imbruglia?
Natalie Ambrosia or something like that.
You know the words to that?
I think I know the words to that song too. You know what I said when he asked me? I said, like a prayer, Madonna.
Yeah.
I know all the words to that song. I know the ad-libs and everything.
Shit.
Yeah,
you know what that song's really about, right?
Which one?
Like a prayer?
What's it about?
You know what that song's really about? You don't know what it's about?
School us.
It's about giving fellatio.
Just like a prayer. I'll take you there.
Oh, I did not. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that
You'll
shit.
see what I'm talking about. Go back and listen to it. You're going to have your mind blown.
Pun intended.
I did not know that shit. Here we go. Hey, if you were going to assemble you've been training with all these people. If you were going to assemble a BKFC A team, you remember the show? Who's Hannibal? Who's B.A. Baracus? Who's Murdoch? And who's Face? Do you know this?
I don't know the names.
Okay, so
I will fucking assign the teams. I gotta have Joey. Joey's freaking. I can't. I gotta have Joey on there and Lorenzo and Britton and 3. I gotta have Jay in there because he fucking gets it. And then we got a person. I need to have a. Hey, I'm gonna have you in there, Mike, just because.
Yes.
Plot twist.
Mike
Plot
made
twist.
the team.
We need the guy.
Look
We
at
need the
that.
guy in the fucking back.
I'm the driver.
You're gonna be in the truck.
I'll drive.
All right. And the last question for you. Go ahead, Mike.
Tell us a story that tops the Bushido Bandido story you told us on a previous episode of Mike and Mesh.
Oh man, I got some fucked up stories. I'll try to keep it. I got some messed up stories. I used to live in the suburbs, Joliet. Crazy man. Now I got to put me on the spot. No, I'm just.
Nothing can really top that sword.
We're gonna have to skip this. Give me another one. I gotta skip.
No. That's it. That's the last question.
Hold on. I do have a question. Hold on here. Somebody asked a question just a second ago. And let's see, where is it? Question for Elvin. What's something that keeps you motivated to keep going? It's not the same thing that's running his internet. I can tell you that.
White Russians beat everyone.
Am I good? Good?
Oh,
No.
You're back.
I don't know if I'm
back.
good or not. Let me know if I'm good. Am I good? Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah,
You're
you're good. You're good. You're good.
It's just, I don't know, like, yeah, I think just when my feet touch the ground every morning, I already know what I gotta do, you know. And so like just my life and me just knowing what I want to do and why I'm fighting, and it just makes things easier for me to stay motivated, you know, because I have to get up no matter how I feel every morning. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. It's not just for pleasure. It's a duty to it, you know, and it's more than just me. And, you know, there's a lot riding on this, a lot of pressure. And that's really, I love that. I like thriving in pressure. That's one of the things that keeps me motivated.
There you go. There's your answer. You got one of the most motivated people I've ever met in my life. We've talked to a lot of people in this sport, in this fight game, and this guy does have one of the most positive attitudes and like the most go get it work ethics that we've ever seen. That's all we got for you tonight, Elvin. We will throw your referral code up there on the screen for anybody that wants to buy the app if you haven't gotten it already. And go ahead and tell us one final word before you go down to Fort Lauderdale and fight your arch nemesis. What are we going to see? How's it going to end?
This is going to be a definitive fight for me, and the legacy and part of the story that I'm going to bring into bare knuckle. It's going to solidify me as the BK GOAT. It's going to make our school and our team the most relevant team, and it's going to put a lot more work than I've already been having in my hands, even more work for it, and I'm looking forward to it. So Palomino gets to feel all the pressure that's been building up over the last 6 months, and all the stress. I'm ready for it to be done. So this is just like a pressure cooker, and the time is almost up, and it's going to be something special. And if you can be there, please be there live, because this is going to be one of the most significant fights in BKFC history. And it's going to completely change the landscape. And it's going to show people what modern pugilism is all about. Bandido style, baby.
Nah, we love it, Elvin. We can't wait to see you down there. Thank you so much for coming on, Mike. You got anything else for the champ?
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. I can't wait.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
I'll see you there, guys.
All right. Take it
Later.
easy. El Bandido Brito. There he is, the fucking champ. He will be in action, main event, BKFC 26, June 24th. It wouldn't be an Elvin Brito interview if the internet didn't fucking freeze up three, four, 5 times.
Now.
You know what I'm saying? It's that jungle internet down there.
Yep.
But We love him.
No
He's going to be
distractions out there.
unbelievable fight. We're big fans of both those guys in the main event. I cannot fucking wait for that fight. But we have another huge guest in the waiting room. She's been waiting patiently, and we appreciate this. She will also be fighting that night. She will be fighting in her second in a row huge rematch. Huge rematch. She just came off a rematch with Christine Faria, and now she's going to get to welcome back to the BKFC her former opponent, Bec Rawlings. Her name is Britton Beltran, and she's here with us. Britton.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What is going on? How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I obviously working hard with being, less than 2 weeks before the fight. So it's just going nonstop, busy. Almost missed this interview. So super glad. I was happy to wait patiently because I was like, oh my God, it was 9:18. Walked in the front door. Holy shit. What a roller coaster this last few months have been, really. But this last few weeks have been great.
I mean, you've had a lot on your plate lately, and if you wanted to be late for us, you could have been late. You're welcome here anytime you want. And plus, you had to anticipate Elvin's internet fucking up at least 4 or 5, 6 times. You know what I mean?
I wanted to jump in on this conversation so bad. I just love Elvin. Just big shout out to him and doing what he's doing. I love training with him down in Puerto Rico. I love him and his positive attitude and energy. His whole family is so amazing. So super happy to see him on there and smiling and pumped for his fight.
Hell yeah. And you guys get to
fight. Not smiling, that guy.
Yeah, like we just said in that interview, the only time I've ever been to an event where he's not fighting and he's there in the audience and he's there amongst the people, the only time I've seen him not smiling is that night with Palomino when they were shoving each other in like the 1 second, and then he was probably back to smiling 5 seconds later anyway. So it was a great time. But Britton, you got a huge fight coming up. Like you said, you had a very busy, tumultuous last couple months since your last fight. You were supposed to fight, I believe, in Jackson, Mississippi, correct? You were supposed to fight in Jackson?
No, it was actually Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha. Yeah, you were supposed to fight in Omaha. It got canceled and moved to now. We don't want to really like bring up anything bad stuff, but for anybody that wasn't watching or doesn't know the story, would you like to just go over real quick what happened, and then we'll get into your fight?
Yeah, so it was just, my title fight in February, I lost. And I mean, it was really hard. It was definitely, like I said, it's crazy. I've only watched the fight one time, so it's not like I've gone over and over and over. I only watched it once, and I was just like, all I know is that I didn't win. And it was definitely a rough turnaround for me. And I was just feeling, I was going back to the gym and trying to just train and be positive. And for a few weeks, I really was. I was like, look, it's a fight back in the gym, but I was just feeling so tired and like super drained and thinking I was just really depressed from the fight. Find out that it's really just a crazy hormonal change because I'm pregnant. And I'm finding this out like right as I'm getting the terms of the Bec Rawlings fight, and they had just announced it on BKFC's like whatever fight night that was going on, and I was like, oh man, I've got to tell them that I just found out that I'm pregnant, and going through that. But then there's this whole thing, that whole superstition: don't tell anyone until you're 12 weeks. So it was like really holding back, like, I'm feeling like I really wanted to fight. I'm really still upset about the loss in February. So I'm really just, like most fighters, when they lose, they want to go back and prove it and get that redemption and build back up and try again, so to speak. So I was kind of like in a really hard place emotionally. And then right before Joey's fight, we, started to shift the gears. We were really happy. I was having really hard time sleeping, and Joey bought me like that cool pregnancy pillow thing. So we were starting to have like the highlights and the joy of like what this new step was going to bring. Mm-hmm. So right before Joey's fight, he wanted to hear the heartbeat so he could announce it at his fight. And that's when we found out. We went, and it was just devastating. It was not expected. They said there is no heartbeat. There's a huge problem. So Joey had to go in his fight, and I'm just like, man, and props, big shout out to David Feldman, because I felt like the world was gonna hate me and be so mad at me for like this fight pulling out because I'm pregnant and then not being pregnant. It was such a nightmare. I was like all over the place on really where my mind should be mentally. And now like looking back on it, like who cares about me losing the fight and losing this Bec fight, losing this opportunity, and what I feel like it did to Joey was way worse than any fight. So going through that, and then it's a lot more complicated than it sounds, because what it was is like basically, it's I hate talking about it, but at the same time it's good because not a lot of people really know. And it was something I was on my phone Googling and searching up and just desperately reaching out to help to other people because I didn't know what the hell was going on. They're saying that there's no heartbeat, but I'm definitely pregnant. I'm having all this classic signs. I'm still having positive tests. I'm not, TMI, I'm not bleeding. I'm not cramping. So what the hell's going on? And basically the term is called like a silent abortion, which is not really abortion, but it's when you miscarry and you don't realize it. And
Wow.
so anyways, that's kind of what happened. And it took a long time. I actually ended up having to go back to the doctor several times because I was just hoping,
Jeez.
my body would get rid of it naturally and reset naturally. But I actually needed a lot of help with it. So it was just I was even going to fight May 12th, and everyone else was like, no, don't do it. Like, your body needs time to rest. And even with this fight, it was crazy when he said, we're going to post. He's like, don't worry, you're not losing your opportunity. We're just going to postpone it. And I was like, wait, what? Apparently no one else wanted the opportunity. No one else really wanted to step up. And this seems to be like the fight that has to happen. So the fact that they would postpone it for me to get through this, emergency was, you know, definitely something for me. I was like, I have to take that for what it's worth. My fight didn't get canceled. This is something that really tragically happened to me. Maybe if I didn't have this fight, I would be like, who knows? I've definitely had some problems in my past with, like alcohol and substance abuse. And so, I don't want to be depressed and go down that rabbit hole again. So training for
Wow.
this fight has been really life-saving in a lot of ways. Mentally putting that effort, it's a very good distraction for me and Joey. It's something we love to do. I love fighting, and I really want this rematch against Bec won, and I'm really like suffering from my loss in February, and I'm really suffering from this recent loss. So I feel like I just need this fight, man. I need this
Yeah.
fight, and I need this win because I really need to like find some way to reset to normal from losing, in 2018, normal from losing earlier in the month, and normal from losing a part of myself and my future just a couple months ago.
I, Brayton, I'm so sorry to hear all that. And I honestly, I can't believe how strong you are to come on here and actually talk about this. We wouldn't want to pry that deep into your life. We knew something happened, and but we would never have said it. But you coming out and saying that and sharing that, thank you.
Right.
We're very sorry to hear that. But you're such a strong person. I can't believe that you would put that out there for the world, because it helps other people, and as you said, getting it out helps. Instead of bottling it up and stuff like that. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and you have a huge support group and a huge fan base that loves you. And really thank you for opening up about that, because a lot of people were worried. They saw that there was, I think there was like something posted that there was like a medical emergency or something like that, but there was no other real details about it, or there was something like that. And
Right.
really, no, you didn't have to open up like that, and that's really
Yeah.
brave
And that's what I
brave of you to
felt
do
like.
that. So
I felt like honestly, I have to say, if it wasn't for my fans and friends and, family that I have, I might not even be this strong. Like, it's really their energy that I'm taking to be able to speak about it because, I felt like at first I owed everyone an explanation on why, like, because I was very reserved and pulled back. And at Joey's fight, a lot of people were like, "Oh, we're excited for your fight," and it was so hard, like, to not just break down. I just wanted to get past it for Joey's fight because I felt like, really, really bad for that, for my partner, and sucking that up. I know I broke down a couple times, and people were probably like, "Whoa, what is going on with you?" And
It's a lot to go
I
through.
felt
Come on.
like at the end it would have made sense if I explained exactly, like, what they say, the best policy is the truth, and I just felt that way. And when I did, the amount of love and support I got back, I really feel like it gave me the strength and power to get through the days, get through this fight camp, and get through like moments like this to just be out there and yeah, it sucks, man. And I'm not the only person that's gone through it. And it's scary if you've never been through it before or don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's something that I've never experienced. Like I can't even imagine. And like we said, your bravery through the whole thing, it's unbelievable. And now you have this huge opportunity to get back in the ring and on the biggest stage, on the biggest event they've ever put together against a familiar opponent that's been away from the sport for a long time. And a lot of people think she kind of like took her belt and ran off to Bellator, you know what I mean? And you fought her. That was your debut fight, correct?
It was.
That was your debut fight. For
It
people that the difference between Britton Beltran then or Britton Hart then to Britton Beltran now is leagues and leagues apart from each other. I can't even imagine how excited you are. Can you get excited about this fight, or are you just happy to get back in there and get back on that horse?
I think it goes all together, it really does. I've always wanted the rematch against Bec. I felt like really it should have happened probably before Christine, just to be like chronological. So I feel like it kind of jumped out of order, but she did kind of run, out to Bellator after her contract was finished. I do have some mixed feelings and bitter feelings towards her due to the split decision robbery loss that I got, what was said after. I kind of felt like when I fought Paige, she kind of gives like these half-ass compliments, and I've noticed that from her, that maybe that's just her personality, but it can kind of rub you the wrong way. But I think too, really, I don't really have, you guys have seen me face the best names. I mean, been there, done that. That's really the bottom line when it comes down to me. I fight the toughest, whoever, whenever, and when I'm able going through crazy shit and stress and turbulent times, I'm definitely one for a fight. And I think, with this going in here, it's night and day. I mean, really, the
It
last
really
name
is.
says it all. I mean, I've truly leveled up. I'm a Beltran now. I'm seriously leveled
Oh
up,
yeah.
and you have to be like literally stupid to think that I'm not a totally different person from watching that fight to watching even my last fight that I lost, is still a tremendous improvement. Um, but yeah, I think, for this, I'm excited because, I'm nervous too. I'm definitely nervous, but I'm excited because I keep replaying where I was with her, and where she is now and where I'm at now are totally polar opposites. You're talking about when I first fought her, she was training, she was the shit, she was the poster child, UFC, blah, blah, blah. I was out of a YMCA training, running with like, the cows in Virginia, as Pearl Gonzalez would say, freaking nothing, really just training myself, begging people to work with me. I really went in with, very limited resources, but I went in with a few people believing in me, and that's all I needed. And I got a split decision.
Right.
Now,
And even technique wise, if you go back and watch Britain in that fight, just the way you held your hands, and like at times it was almost like your lead hand was behind your. It was like your hands were backwards. It was. And now you're a technical fighter. You've been through a couple different gyms. You've trained with some of the best coaches out there. It's
Exactly.
really an unbelievable difference. I can't wait to see it.
Yep.
Speaking of gyms, you're at a new gym.
I am. Surprise.
Where are you now?
All right, so I'm over at KO Zone with Ryan Perez and all the Howard Davis, Go, and it's really awesome. It's four of us, so it's really really good energy too, and to be around new people it kind of sparks me too, because I feel like some people only know you from like social media or fights. They don't really get to know your work ethic in the gym. Like, what do you do behind cameras? What do you do when the phones are put down? What do you do when it's all blood and sweat and tears? And having new people see that, and me seeing it from them, is really like a really good turnaround. I really, really like it. They're definitely new people, and we're gelling and meshing together great. I mean, we
Nice.
really are. We get closer every day. So I really, really like this guys. I really like Ryan Perez. I think that he's a big his Instagram or name is the BKFC cheat code.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's I can see it.
Is
I
he
can
the
really
cheat
see
code?
why. And I'm super happy. Oh, another person there I really want to shout out is Danielle Pitbull. I mean, she's not really a BKFC fighter, but dude, she knows her shit. She trains every day. She also has a boyfriend that trains Josh, and that's cool to see another fighting power couple. But she's like mind blowing in my psyche right now, because she's such a tough fighter and she's my sparring partner,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
she's like mimicking the way Bec would fight, which really isn't her fight style. And like she really like goes all out for me. And just to see someone change their game plan, change their fight style, and like really stop what they're doing to focus on me and like, no, you're not doing this right, do it like this, and stop and slow it down for me, is really been like eye-opening and like soul touching to me, like that someone would stop and take their time to make me a better fighter. And I really think I get that from her and Ryan and the other guys too. Their energy's awesome and contagious, and they're over with Joey sparring and having a freaking great time with Joey, and so it makes me feel happy. He's over there with the guys doing his thing, and then I'm really trusting in Ryan and really gelling with Danielle. So it's really been really great for my fighting spirit.
So Brandon, a couple weeks ago we had Howard Davis on. Maybe last week we had him on, right? And I asked him. I said, man, Ryan Perez is putting together like a super team over there. You guys got somebody. They got Vinny at 125. You got Jared at 135. Howard at 145.
Yep.
155. You got Duran. You got Go. You got Jeremy Smith. You got all these guys. I was like, do you got any females in that gym that we should be seeing, as part of the team soon? And he made like this smirk, and he was like, he like looked off camera, and he was like, and he like smiled. He was like, I think we got a couple, and he like looked off camera again, and he was like, yeah, we got a couple. I'm like,
yeah,
who
I
the
can't
fuck are you-
say.
Oh yeah, I'm like, who the fuck you got over there?
Yeah, I think we were kind of like hush about it. Like maybe we should make a surprise, like, oh shit. But then I don't think that we expected to really have the relationship we have. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like, come on, you're in Miami, try it out. Like, you're here. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Something, I'm not going to say, I don't feel comfortable saying it on camera, but something happened. It's kind of like the stars are aligning. Like everything happens for a reason. So something kind of happened. And I was like, you know what? I've really been dying to work with Ryan. And so is he. He's always offered and left his door wide open. I feel like this is really the chance and the opportunity. Like, let's just go over there. Let's try it one day. And man, we went over there one day and we're instantly hooked, and we haven't missed since then. It's been a
Awesome.
solid 2 or 3 weeks now of being there. We get there early, like me and Joey, and it's cool. Ryan, as soon as he seen Monday, he was like, "Man, you guys are on time and early. I already like you." But we're already there early. We wait for the other guys. We talk while we're stretching, shadow boxing, and we're just like everything is clicking. The instructions are clicking. The pad works in clicking. We just have that flow and go, and you can really see the excitement building between a fighter and a coach. That's really nice to see, and I really think that we have that going. So it's we just couldn't like make it a surprise for everyone. We just had to go out and put it there. And yeah, man, I'm really trusting in this. I think I'm a really great fighter when it comes to being, a controller. And if my coach says X triangle square, I'm doing it. And I'm trusting in the process that we got the right triangle X square.
Well, so your corner on June 24th, we'll see Perez and Joey in the corner. What else? Who else is going to be out there with you?
Yeah, I'm still gonna have my OG Marcus Luck come down.
Nice.
I'm really
Nice.
excited. He did have a fight. He was actually gonna be in Poland, so that was another crazy little loophole. But that fight ended up getting canceled, so he's still coming and tag along anyways. So he's just, I'm excited for him to see, the new things. Like that's always been something with him. Some coaches don't like that when you go away or like switch up and they can get like salty with it. And he's always been someone that's like, man, ride or die. I started this with you. You go somewhere, you come, he goes, he comes. But at the end of the day, we just want each other to do good, and that's what you should. Real love, like I said, it's a Bible verse. Love does not get jealous, it doesn't envy, it doesn't boast. And that's really what me and Marcus Luck have. Like, he always wants me to do good, and if I go somewhere else and learn something, I always go back. And he might even tell me, he's like, that's trash, don't do that. Or I'd be like, oh, that's cool, I like that. And we'll add to it or build to it. But his energy just keeps me kind of safe. And I really just want to make people proud at the end of the day. And so he's someone, along with like Coach Haas out in California, whether they're my corner training me every day, there's somebody I really want to make proud at the end of the day, no matter who I'm with, that I can go in there and execute and come back a better fighter. Because I feel like really that's all they want at the end of the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. I think everybody's ready to see you get back in there. They all really love to watch you fight and support you. There's a few questions in the comment section. I guess I should probably read a few of them. Somebody asked, I don't remember where it went, but who do you think wins that Faria versus Taylor Starling fight? Somebody asked that question.
It's cool. I'm not. I'm gonna keep it very basic. Christine.
All right. There was another one back there. God damn it, Mike. Are you looking at these things? Because I fucking
Yeah, but I don't know I can't read your mind.
No. There was actual questions, asshole. Jesus. Hey.
This one right here by Hannah. Hannah, second question of the night. When does the feeling that you won really hit? Is it when your hand is raised? Is it after that? Like, when does it hit?
You know what? It's very different each fight. There's some fights I'm like, man, like for example, the Paige Van Sant fight. And it wasn't that I didn't think I won. It's just in my head, I'm like mentally screwed up to where I think that if I don't knock you out, I'm not gonna win. I'm not the favorite. Everyone's like, I'm really always the underdog. I'm always the B-side. I'm the journeyman. Been there, done that. And to beat someone big, I've gone through so many highway robberies. It's just part of the game. But I was really sad after the Paige fight because I was like, I didn't knock her out. I didn't win. And so when they said I won, I was like, legitly, the feeling speech was totally inspired by, when you think you can't, you can. So that was cool. For the Pearl fight, I knew I won. For the Christine fight, I was hoping I won, but I was,
the Christine fight was a lot closer than everybody thought. It was that. I think it was the last round. She kind of like dominated. I think it was the last round. She dominated the last round, and that kind of like swayed the judges in the end. But up until that point, I'm pretty sure, and I think I was one of them that had you guys 2-2 going into the fifth.
Everyone around us did.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it again because I don't remember, but
I think it's fair. I score myself winning 2 rounds 100%, and
yeah.
I score her 1 round 100%.
And then the
There are
other one was
2
close.
rounds that are like they could have gone either way. They were they were too close. So, with that being said, there's part of me wants to be like, man, I should have won because I feel like I dominated 2 rounds. But then she dominated 1 round, in 2 of the rounds it just depends what you look at. But I get it. It's fair. I'm not gonna bitch about it. It is what it is.
Here we
But
go.
I'm glad that at the very least, we can say, hey, it was better than the first one with the second round doctor stoppage.
Yeah.
I told everyone that bitch can't knock me out. No, but you can't knock me out. Can't really even knock me down. Bec, it's ruled a slip, so we're keeping it a slip. I've not been knocked down, so it's not gonna happen. So I at least proved that, and whatever. We'll take it and celebrate the small victories. But yeah,
Here's a question. Here's a question from your biggest fan. Literally, your biggest, probably in size,
I don't know who
size
that is.
and stature.
You'll know.
His name is Big Ben. Ask Britt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely up there.
all freaking 6'8" of this guy ask Britt if she gets a clean KO. What's next? You want another shot at whoever wins that Faria Taylor fight? Is that what's next? If you go through her,
I think that would be, obvious. I think that it's gonna happen. It's kind of honestly, I was gonna make a fuss about it if they didn't make that fight. Speaking to Misfit versus Taylor, because I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense because if me I could challenge Christine and go right back for the belt for her, and then if me and Taylor fight, then it's just gonna be Taylor's never gonna make it to Christine. She's gonna be cashed out basically. But now if Taylor fights Christine and loses to her, it's gonna be like, oh well, you lost to the champ, but Britain lost to the champ too. It builds and sells for a better fight in the long run. So I think that's an interesting fight no matter what. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to look at it. So I think based on that fight, who knows? It could be some crazy underdog story, and that's why we love it. And something can happen, but maybe there's a huge injury and they can't fight immediately. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking pulling up a crazy little, what do they call it? Like card up my sleeve, kind of being inspired by the Brito Palomino fight with the champion versus champion. I'm kind of looking at this 115 division that's being built up in BKFC.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of saying, you know what? These 115 girls are good, but are they good enough? Let's go and have Britain see, because I walk around at 123. I'm going to throw a scale after I beat Bec Rawlings in the middle of the ring. I'm going to step on it, show everybody what I weigh, and then I'm fighting these big bitches and winning against these bigger people. Why don't we go ahead and everyone knows me as the people's champ and whatever, but I want to be a real champ. Let's go down to 115, put a belt on it, and then have the 115 versus the 125 champ and make it for the pound for pound. Who is the best female of all? Not just the difference between the 115 weight class and the 125. And I really think I have the ability to pull it off. And I think it would be really, really great. So I'm kind of thinking that.
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Let's see it. I want to see it.
That you know what? I bet you a lot of 115-pound girls' ears perk right up when you say that too, because they like, no offense to any of them, they need a name like you to go down there and fire that fucking division up. And like, you go down there, I wonder who they would match you up with. Honestly, you fought Jenny already once, but they got Andy Wynn down there. You got Teresa Segala, who's a freaking a warrior. It would be a hell of a move going down there. I love it. By the way, your coach, your newest coach, is in the chat here. He says the thing I enjoy about working with Britain is she listens and is a perfectionist. She's coming for Bec's neck. So there's the cheat code himself speaking on you.
See, oh good. Well, you heard me say all these things naturally. Like I really am. Like and it's good to see that, because I know it's hard to find fighters, and sometimes when you don't really know them, you wonder if they are listening or if they're hard or difficult to work with, especially females. But man, I'm like I said, me and him earlier. We have that gel. You know, when he tells me, it's easy to listen because I really trust him. And a lot of, fighter coaches relationship, you need that trust and understand the credibility behind them, that they really know what they're doing and they want you to win. And I definitely see that with him. And we look forward, really 10 to 12 is like the best part of our day. It's really been like that. So I have to say thank you for that, because that
Awesome.
feeling, from what I've been through emotionally, just looking forward to that slot in my day has just been such a huge help.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like with all that you've gone through in the last few months, you do seem like you're a pretty good place right now. You seem like you're very motivated to go in there and get this win. Michael Quigg in the comments is already matchmaking for you. He says Andy Wynn is the matchup to make. No question. Book it after this fight. I mean, we don't want to take up too much of your time here. You've been an open book with us as always. You're always welcome back to our show anytime you want. But you have any last closing thoughts before we let you get out of here?
I was about to say, wow, I don't get a speed round this time.
We didn't want to do a speed. I mean, oh God.
Wow.
Listen.
I'm upset. My feelings
Oh no,
are hurt.
Mike,
No.
fire it up. We always got backup questions.
We've got that. I mean, we can pull out some questions here. So we anticipated doing like a 20-minute block, but with you, we figured we'd go a little bit longer because we just
got
always
so much shit
keep
going on.
There's a lot going on. We haven't talked to you for a while, so we're like, what? We're gonna end up talking to her for like 40 minutes, and look at where we are, an hour and 1 minute. So. Yeah, but we always have questions. We have questions queued up. Let's go back in the question and
Mike,
let's ask you. Here's a good one.
Come on, give me 3 speed round, and then I'll let. It looks like I'll let you guys go.
If you owned a
Joey's under
yacht,
11.
what would you name it?
Oh man, the Titanic.
What? Why would you
Yeah.
What do you think that would like? You'd have to knock on wood. I mean, what's going on here? You think it's just gonna sink or what?
First off, I love the Titanic. I reference it in a lot, and everything
seen it.
reminds me of it a lot. But it's funny because they were like doing this like rebuilding, like reenactment of the Titanic, and I was like, oh my god, let's go! This would be so cool. And Joey's, why would you want to go on the Titanic? But I guess that why would you want to be a bare knuckle fighter? So I just guess it goes hand in hand. But I love the Titanic, and I just think it would
You're
be
gonna get on the front of
such
it.
a memorabilia,
Joey?
one of a kind name.
You think Joey's gonna say, "I'm the king of the world"? I'm the king of the world. I can see him doing it. Actually, I can see
make
it.
him do it all the time. Anytime we're on a boat or wind, I'm like, hold me like the girl off the Titanic.
Rose.
I've never seen that movie.
I haven't.
Never.
What?
Yes, never seen it.
Wow,
and my
that's
wife
crazy.
actually thinks I'm fucking insane because I've never seen it.
Oh my God, it's the best. You have to see it. There's so many references in it that are like used on a daily.
Oh, it's good. I mean, it's a good movie.
Maybe I'll
maybe
I will watch it before I go down to Fort Lauderdale.
History class field trip to see that. But here's the second question: what rule would you add or subtract from bare knuckle fighting?
Apparently headlocks aren't allowed, so I would add headlocks in a heartbeat because apparently I'm pretty natural at them.
There you go. That was a good quick answer. Your mother's in the chat, and she says, ask Britton about this new reality show her and Joey are doing. Are you guys doing a reality show?
Oh yeah, that's right.
What?
I can't believe I didn't tell you guys. There's so much to talk about.
Is this real?
We can't tell you what this show is because we have to wait for it to be released and for them to do it. But we just actually talk about being mind blown, busy and crazy. But we just shot it today, and it's really badass. It's gonna be epic cool. And before, so this gives you guys something to really have your wheels turning. I had to beg Joey to do it. Then on the way to the place to do it, he was so nervous and like so caught up in it that I actually felt bad. I was like, man, I shouldn't have forced him to do this. This is really wrong of me. This man really loves me because he's really upset. But
I can't believe you guys got a reality show.
Yeah, and then after it was the one of the best adrenaline rushes I've had in a while. And Joey's face from being like serious, thinking like not talking to anyone, to he was just like his face was so happy and like full of like energy. Yo, we were pumped. We were stoked. It was an adrenaline rush like no other. And we were just out there. We talked about it for like 2 hours nonstop on how great and fantastic it was. And like when it comes out, I really feel like me and Joey are really gonna like solidify yet another reason why we're like the bombest, dopest couple, the
Oh,
hardest,
that's
most
awesome.
badass, like Bonnie and Clyde you guys have ever met. So it went really good. So, anyways, if that like is
Where
a
is this? Where is it
teaser.
going to be? Is it going to be on a network channel, or is it going to be on the internet? Where are we going to find this thing when it comes
So
out?
it's on a YouTube. It's so when I say reality TV, but you know, everyone's watching like Hulu
Yeah.
and YouTube on their TV anyways. But it's on a YouTube channel that has 10 million subscribers.
Holy shit! I cannot wait to see this.
So it's pretty popular. People talk about it. If I told you, you probably know what it was. But I've told a few people, like my closest friends, like I said, not who's not gonna watch this interview, and they're like, "Whoa, no way!" And oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this before your fight. You're crazy. So it was definitely, high risk, high reward kind of thing. And which is why I think Joey was so nervous and paranoid, because it was very close to my fight, but it couldn't have worked out perfect. It couldn't have been better. It was awesome. And another thing off my bucket list. And like I
Wow.
said, just ultimate adrenaline rush.
Well,
I have a couple more. Can you
Cool.
do two more?
Oh, I can't. I love these. I look forward to this part of the interview.
Now I
more than
feel
anything.
so bad.
yeah. Well, okay. All
So
right,
let's
go
do
ahead,
this.
Mike. What
Since
do you
your
got?
mom's in the comments right now, what's the most trouble you've ever been in?
Oh boy.
I probably shouldn't answer that, but a lot. How about that? Can we the most I've been all right, how about that's just it. So I got out of jail once and at 5 a.m. and was like, yeah, I'm good. I get out and I go home. I don't shower. I eat, but I'm like just chilling. And at 8 o'clock, I get a knock on the door, and it's a police officer who has a warrant for my arrest. And I'm like, I just got out. What is wrong with you? I was like, come back tomorrow. He's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, you can. I haven't even, let me just shower. Wait outside 20 minutes so I can shower so I can go, because chances are I'm probably not getting back out. He's
Did he
like,
let you shower?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, but he was really cool about it. I think he was like, look, I'm gonna wait out here. You got 15 minutes. And I don't think I showered. I think I did something else instead. But anyways,
Badass Britton Beltran.
that was probably the most. And then I got, like I said, it goes into a long story, but I got really, screwed with like pineapple no lube when I went in that day. So it was a lot of trouble.
Fuck. Oh man. All right. Well, great answer.
All right.
We're just going with
Britton,
this
your
open
mom's
book thing
yeah,
today.
yeah, I love it. Your
Yeah.
mom's in the comments though. You don't want to incriminate yourself too much.
I figured
know,
you were
right?
gonna
I'm
tell
like,
us like a home story
is
from
she the
like
one
your
who
mom getting
prompted
mad
that
at you.
question?
Like really, man.
I don't think so. Go
I
ahead,
know. I
Mike.
was like, gosh, man, we don't want to
Oh.
relive these days.
All right. So, which meal is the best? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? I mean, is this a general consensus between every person in the world?
Breakfast.
It is. It's breakfast for
Brunch and
breakfast,
dinner.
breakfast for
Fun fact,
lunch.
I worked at Bob Evans for 11 years.
Oh, really?
Basically, and I've gone to very high 4-star restaurants, bars. I've been a bartender. I stayed at Bob Evans because they serve breakfast all day, and I knew that you have to be passionate about where you work at to really love it and fit in, and that's really one of the reasons I actually got Bob Evans Special Touch tattooed on my arm. That's how great they are.
I've never been there before, but I always see the frozen gravy for the brisket for the biscuits, and I never have gotten it. But I maybe I'll get it now. I'm gonna have to get it.
It's the best. It's the best restaurant ever. Corporate, best corporate restaurant ever.
Where's the Bob Evans? Well, is there any around us?
South.
Like,
no.
Where do you guys live?
We live
Northeast.
up north, so
New
Rhode
England.
Island and Connecticut, but I don't think there's any up here. I always see them
You
in
have to go to
Florida.
Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Ohio.
Ohio is probably the closest to us.
Ohio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in Florida too, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yep.
Maybe I'm thinking
It's
about something
mostly
else.
East Coast. They're all over the East Coast. They're super big in Ohio. There's a lot in Florida. There's a few in Virginia. There's a lot in Maryland.
Fuck. If there's one around the Fort Lauderdale event, Hollywood, Mike and I will Google it and we'll go to it and we will rate it live on our show.
No, I don't think there is.
Damn
but
it.
there's like, it's funny because I was living in like near Tampa area, and there's like 7 in the Tampa area, and in the Miami area there's like 0. I'm like, what's up with that?
Oh yeah, there isn't any really near there.
Nope, I don't think so. I would know about it because I'm kind of like a weirdo when it comes to Bob Evans and scouting out where their stores are.
Britton Beltran is a Bob Evans connoisseur. We have another question for you from the comment section. Big Ben, back at it again. What's your newest tattoo and where?
Oh yeah, so slow.
Oh shit, that's badass.
I know it covers my whole. The angle is weird, but all right, there we go. It covers my whole left arm, which is my jab hand, which is my very strong, best, perfect hand. So I got it with my name, so you know who hit you.
My strong hand. I saw that Joey got Britain in big, bold letters across his stomach. Very big move there.
He did. We talked about it. You know what's gonna be funny? I can't remember who exactly did it, but it's so funny how important like our fans and friends are to us, because someone sent us a picture and they're like, this should be your new, like, if you had a CD album cover, this should be your picture. And it's like Joey behind me and me with my fists out. And it says Britton Beltran, but it looks like it's tattooed on his stomach. And we always joked about it. Like, dude, that looks sick right there. I was like, you should get Britton tattooed like that, because that looks really fucking hot. And excuse my language, but he was like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? And we talk about it every once in a while, just kidding. But one day he was like, yeah, I'm going to make us a tattoo appointment. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, cool. Well, I've always wanted to get this. And fun fact, Joey has Beltran on his arm in the same font and letters. So we matched it up to be kind of the same. So it's kind of cool. But he was like, yeah, I'll get Britton on my stomach. I'm like, you're not really going to do it. But that's so cool, because that picture is so dope. That I love that picture of us. Is my favorite picture. And you guys
seem like you're like the perfect couple for real. Like for nobody really knowing that you two were like getting together at the beginning to where you guys are now, and like how happy you are together. It's fucking insane. It is a great love story, and the reality show is probably going to be hilarious too, because your character, your energy, and Joey's like laid backness is what it cracks me up, because we've talked to Joey a bunch of times at events or on this show, and it's just like you have a different level of energy as him. He fights like a fucking madman, but he's very reserved. Like,
so I'll tell you this. I'm probably saying too much information, but I'm not releasing what the show is. But anyways, I'm running my mouth, right? I'm like, because everyone loves that on reality TV, right? So anyways, I'm running my mouth and, getting into it with a few people. And then Joey goes, babe, I'm okay. And I'm like, okay. I stopped talking, but it's like, it's so cool because we do match each other's energy very well. And I think it was kind of crazy because when we first met, people are like, oh, get a room, you guys are too much, this is gonna die out. And I think now is like the point where you see people are like, they don't say that anymore. They're just like, oh wow, that is Britton and Joey. That's what we expect to see. It's real, and they're all the time 100%. And they're just, just some people are just made to be together,
Yeah.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. Susan Walker says, is it The Amazing Race? You said it was on a YouTube channel, so it's not The Amazing Race, Susan. But I know it's not. And I know it's not Survivor, but I'll tell you right now, you and him on The Amazing Race would be fucking pretty awesome.
You guys would probably kill it.
You guys
you guys who asked us if we would kill each other?
We did ask that. We said, how far into the show do you guys think you could win that show or end up killing each other halfway through it?
Yeah. And remember, I was like, we'll win it all. And Joey was like, oh, I don't know. We might kill each other.
Is it
I was
is it
like,
Naked and
"Oh,
Afraid? Are you guys going on Naked and Afraid?
no.
No, that was
It's
the
one.
other one that you said too.
Yeah, I still really want to do that as a couple thing now, But anyways, but who knows? But someone sent me today that apparently Netflix has a real life Squid Games coming out.
What?
Like, hopefully they don't kill you in it.
Yeah, without killing
but-
everybody.
You're dead if you don't do good. You're just dead.
Yep. So that's my next pool. So after I worry about this fight, after the fight, I'm going to invest my time into being drafted into the Squid Games with Joey.
I mean, I love it. And I swear to God, I feel like we could just keep doing this all night. And I really feel bad that we didn't prep a fucking 45 question speed round for you.
Yeah. Next time we will.
Next time we're gonna
Longest
come
speed round ever.
Yeah.
We'll break a record.
We're gonna come correct. We're gonna do nothing but a speed round with Britt and Beltran. We won't even talk about fighting the entire time. We'll bring Joey on and we'll just keep going back and forth asking you guys wild shit.
Yeah, we'll do a 30 for 30 minutes kind of thing.
I like it.
The questions will deal with whatever the fight is. It would be funny. It would be great.
I love it. I love the idea. We love having you on the show and your event on the 24th in June. Guys, if you're not going, make sure you're watching because this event is huge. You got Britton and Bec on there. You got Elvin and Palomino on there, but you also got Jimmy Rivera and HD Davis on there. You got Go on there. You got there's fucking Mike. Who else we got on there? There's such
I'm gonna tell you who we got on there. I'll tell you right now.
Yep.
Yuli.
Oh, Yuli and Richie. Oh my God. Forgot about that one.
That's a big one.
It's huge. It's such a big event. I know that the stars are going to be out that night. I know that fight right there in particular, Mike Richmond's going to be ringside for that one.
I can keep going.
I mean, like, it's a huge event. Everybody's got to go, get the app. If you haven't already, get on Britain's referral code there and help out the Beltran family even more. They're on the right track. They're doing everything right. So you got anything else for us, Britton? You can have a few seconds to say some last words and we'll let you get going.
Oh man, I have too many last words. But no, just thank you to everyone. I'm really happy here, in Miami with my new fam at KO Zone and with Ryan Perez and that whole squad. My husband Joey. Oh, another, like I said, crazy fun fact is we actually got my daughter. So Paris is down here finishing up camp, and actually another dream come true. I've always wanted my kids to go to just one. They don't have to go to all of them. Just one of my fights, just so they could really see what I do. And she will be there. So my daughter will be there the 24th. So that's like huge to me. So shout out for her coming to all my training and being on the sidelines and watching and cheering. It's been great.
We'll have to get an interview.
Yeah. She would love that too. She's got some great words. But that great over at Box R2. I have Recover helping me. The Healthy Kitchen Miami. Big shout out to them because I'm actually having weight cutting issues this time, which is bizarre, but I'm actually having to cut weight. So they're helping me stay fueled and cut the 8 pounds for this fight. And Ray Neff, DM Building out back in California, Wolf Knives. I'm partnering with them for the first time for this fight. So I'm really excited about that. They sent me a bunch of gear and it's really cool. So I'm super thankful for them. So, and if anyone I missed you, I'm super sorry. I sparred a lot today. I worked out a lot today. So I'm putting literally every bit and ounce of my energy into this fight. So hopefully you guys come watch it on the 24th and be impressed with what I've been putting into it.
Sweet. Amazing. Well, thank you very much for everything you said tonight, opening up with us, telling us a lot of things that you didn't even have to say, and always being an open book with us, Britton. You're the best. So you're welcome back anytime, and we'll see you in Hollywood, Florida, huh?
Can't wait. Thank you to you guys too. It's like I said, I actually always really look forward to these. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you very soon. All right.
Talk to you soon. couple
ya.
weeks. No, couple
Yeah.
less than 2 weeks.
See you
9
next
days.
week.
9 days. Let's do this. All right.
Can't wait.
See ya.
See you guys
Later.
That is Britain. Wow, man. Huge of her to talk about everything that she talked about.
I know. It's oh my god.
The amount that girl's been through since February is fucking insane. It really is. And she proves her toughness for real. It's really crazy. And like obviously, it probably feels good to like get it out there in the open and talk about it. And she probably feels like she empowers some other girls that have been going through the same type of shit.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
Good on her for real. And that rematch is long in the making. And they would have been dumb to make any other fight to return back to the BKFC than another fight with Britain, unless it was Christine Faria. But Faria's busy, so it's Britain. It makes sense. It's great.
Yeah, it's definitely makes sense. It's this card coming up. I'm telling you, it is awesome.
Why, you got more? You're gonna show us some more?
It's just so awesome.
No,
There is more.
You got a lot of Slaughterhouse guys on there. You got, like I said, HD Davis is on there. You got Go on there. You got Brian Duran on there, right? That's 3 right there.
Yeah.
And now Britain Beltran, I would call her another Slaughterhouse boxing member. So, it's really impressive. And what we were talking about, a shout out to like Perez for tuning in, Ryan Perez for tuning in. Remember we were talking, I was talking with somebody about like most impressive like factions in BKFC. Goat Combat Agency has a fucking stout roster, but they don't all train in the same location. Kevin Smith's got a bunch of fucking really good fighters under him too, but they don't all train in the same location. The difference between all these other groups and then Slaughterhouse, they're all training under the same guy in the same place and with each other. And that is what is impressive the most to me. You got Slavetsky there, you got Brian Duran, you got HD Davis, and now Britain Hart Beltran up there. They're all together, man. All in the same place.
You know what I meant to mention is they both have different last names, or they've both been married since the last time they fought.
Yeah,
I know it says Rawlings, but it's really
Rodriguez
now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's another little tidbit. Sorrow's fighting Randall's. Will Shutt is fighting. I mean, there is. Man, this card is going to be fantastic.
You know what? There was another one. There's another Slaughterhouse fighter, and I want to say his last name is like Blake, right? Is it like something Blake? Ryan Perez, if you're still in the chat, drop it in there. I guess he's a 185er, and he's like a fucking absolute
Blake 185. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's listed on the website yet, but
he's not in the.
It was on his Instagram, but he's like a 185-pound fighter. He owns his own like boxing promotion. He's huge down in that area. He draws a big crowd, of course. Like they always get these guys all draw. That place is gonna be a fucking crazy fucking madhouse. But I apologize for not knowing his name off the top of my head, and I'm not good enough to multitask like Mike is on Instagram and whatnot. But
yeah, I'm looking, but I can't find it right now, and I don't know if I'll have it in time.
Yeah, he's a 185er, and he's another
tomorrow, and we can say it then.
Now, before we get going, before we finish up for the night, and thank you to Elvin Brito as well. Can we get a better back-to-back 2 people than Brito and fucking Brito and Britain on one show? It's fucking awesome. But they signed another big name. They signed 2 big names.
Yes, they did.
We have not talked about the first one. MVP signed with the BKFC, and he's gonna be fighting for all the fucking problems this one blew my goddamn mind.
Blew my mind. Couldn't believe it.
With all the shit that people post online about all the problems they're having and all this, it doesn't seem to be so when they do something like this and they pull in Michael Venom Page one of the biggest stars in Bellator, signs with the BKFC, and he's going to be fighting Mike Platinum Perry in London. Unbelievable. That's going to add to a fight to a fight card that already had Connor Turney and Joe Elmore on there. Unfucking believable. Huge signing. Huge.
Just gigantic. When I saw this, I was like, like my jaw dropped. I remember being in work and just like looking at him being like, holy shit, are you serious right now? I cannot believe he's fighting. Bellator letting him come and fight Perry. I thought Perry was going to fight in Florida on this card. That was the rumor going on about a month ago. And
they still hadn't announced it. And then this happens.
Right. So now, today, hours before we got on, shablam, another one.
How do you feel about this one, Mike? I'm very curious about how this is going to
go. So I'm not sure how well he's going to do because I mean, he's still green in the fighting world anyways, right? But we do know that he does have bombs for hands and he doesn't have to worry about the takedown, right? So that's always a plus for fighters coming from MMA that would do okay in stand-up fights and have some power or someone not like Hardy and is like a really decent boxer but not a good wrestler or jiu-jitsu player. Well, we'll see how he does when all he has to do is worry about punches because he can knock somebody silly.
This is one of those ones that people are going to be either all for it or 100% against it. And it's because of his background, right? And it's because of his background. And Michael Quigg's in the comments, and I think he said, I'm not a fan of this signing. It's because of all the domestic violence stuff that he had in the past, which was fucking when that shit came out, it was like the craziest story ever. Like keeping her held up in the house, not letting her go, body slamming on a pile of guns. We all know the story. We don't know how much of it was true. A lot of stories came out from that.
Right.
It was really weird that the girlfriend never showed up for any of the trial and then it got tossed. So it just proves that, like, fuck, I don't know, man. He's a big name. And
he's a big name, but he's probably a piece of shit. That's all we know.
Yeah, it's really I don't know.
I just want to see good fights and I had knock somebody out.
Remember, I had Dean Thomas on here, and Dean Thomas was training Greg Hardy, and so was Rashard Evans, and we talked to Dean about him. And he had nothing but good things to say about Greg Hardy. He talked about how green he was and how he really didn't know what he was doing in there when he walked in. Yeah. And they're really taking him from a very fresh, great athlete and trying to turn him into a fighter. But he didn't have anything real bad to say about him. It's just it's one of those very controversial signings that the BKFC has now. But man, holy smokes, the people that they have signed in the past year with Chad Mendez, Mike Perry, Jimmy Rivera, Ben Rothwell, Greg Hardy, MVP. It is wild where they're going with this thing. It's really crazy. It's really crazy, and we love it. We're fucking.
And there's rumors of other people, so
yeah,
it looks to get brighter and brighter, and I love it. So,
massive. Like, we have another show lined up for tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Tomorrow.
We have the other half of the main event from June 24th event, BKFC 26. The other half, Elvin Brito will be defending his title against Luis Baboon Palomino. He will be on at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Yep. And then we have, who do we have on after him, Mike? Do we have a second guest, or is our
we
third
do have
guest now our second guest?
Well, our third guest is now our second guest. So we have Francisco Ricci coming on, or do we call him Francesco Ricci? I don't know. You'll find out tomorrow.
Ricci. Yep. So
he will be on
back-to-back huge nights on the Mike and Mish show. So tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. when we talk to the reigning number one pound for pound bare knuckle fighter on the planet, Luis Baboon Palomino, followed by Francisco Ricci. Huge. Can't wait to talk to them guys tomorrow night. Mike, you got anything else for these guys before we get out of here?
You know what I've got.
All right. To the
Just
bum
one
crease.
more thing.
Peace.
Peace.